sports. So I went to my first Dodgers game this week. Yes, it was my first. And I was dismayed. Not by the game. The game was great. It was so much fun. It was how we got into the venue and how we got out of the venue. I guess I knew traffic was bad, but this was like a particularly painful version of it. Thousands of cars on top of this rickety little hill. Traffic controllers were like yelling at us. There was a guy on a wheelchair going up the hill because he couldn't find parking. Nobody knew where they were going. And if something bad happened, let's just say we'd all be. And my urbanist brain was breaking, truly. Not because I was being impatient, but because it was me realizing in real time that this was the plan. For one of the most iconic venues in America, in the second largest city in the United States, this was the plan. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized this isn't really a transportation story. It's a governance story because LA isn't short on ideas. I posted about it and immediately people had their thoughts. More metro service, more frequent shuttles, integrated ticketing, ADA first access, festival districts, rideshare zones. People weren't struggling to imagine something better. They were struggling to imagine that it could ever really happen. And that is what fascinates me. A lot of our cities have developed a culture that makes it incredibly effective at preventing change and often terrible at producing outcomes. Every stakeholder has a reason to say no. Every agency has a reason to wait. Every proposal has a reason why it's imperfect. And eventually, doing nothing is the safest option, even when almost nobody likes the result. The Dodgers may be an extreme example, but every city has their version of this. A problem that everybody complains about, a dozen plausible solutions, and a system that's somehow more comfortable with the problem than it is of the change. Why are we accepting outcomes that almost nobody likes?